Hi everybody, and welcome to another day of traveling across Ontario. We just left Collingwood and we're just traveling across southern Ontario and kind of heading into the central area towards Peterborough, Bancroft, and maybe on further east. But for now, I've of course got the lovely Filipina traveler with me, and I've got the mini Canadian traveler. Won't tell you her name, we'll just stick it at the mini Canadian traveler, and you can guess who that is because I'm the Canadian traveler. But just to give you an idea, lots of beautiful farmland around here. Of course, everything is brown right now. The snow has just melted, but it's still cool enough that nothing started to grow yet. But soon enough, within another, well, at some point, everything here will be nice and green and the farm fields will be lush. But for now, everything's still brown, as the country here is still getting over the effects of winter. So I hope everybody's having a good time and enjoying the travel as much as we are. Welcome to Bancroft, Ontario. Bancroft is a little town about 3 hours out of Toronto. It's in central Ontario, surrounded by forests, rocks, lakes. Beautiful little place. Right in the middle of town is the York River. An important town years ago. A lot of logging and mining happened in this area. Now this town is primarily built around tourism and logging. So let's take a tour of town here and see what there is to see. So of course with COVID, I gotta keep my mask handy. Nobody's around me right now, so I'm hoping that I don't need to put it on too much. But as I said earlier, this is a historic town, and right next to me over here is the historic hotel. Now it's undergone some changes over the years, but it was a hotel at one time. It's now some businesses and no longer catering to the traveling public. Now I can't remember what year this church was built, but it is a very old church. And next to it is the village playhouse. The mini Canadian traveler isn't traveling with us today, but of course, as always, the beautiful Filipina traveler. Is there anything you want to say?
Gorgeous.
Now Bancroft isn't a huge town. It's I think around 3,000 people, maybe 3,500 people in town and in the surrounding areas. This is a hub town for the area, so people that live outside of town generally come here to check their mail and get their groceries, as well as any other shopping that they need to do. The closest city to us is just over an hour drive, so like I said, this tends to be a hub. Lots of old buildings here, and some newer ones. So once upon a time in the early days of Bancroft, this actually used to be the railroad track. So what we just passed was the old railway station and a rail car. And another reference up here to a railway crossing, although there's no railway crossing. Often referred to as the mineral capital of Canada, Bancroft apparently has 80% of all minerals that are found in Canada can be found in this area. So 80%, they're not necessarily being mined or have been mined in the past, but they can be found here. So that's why they refer to themselves as the mineral capital of Canada. So in our past travels, we've seen the world's largest paisanka, we've seen the world's largest sausage, and now we're in the mineral capital of Canada, not of the world, but of Canada. We're just driving along here. of the many things that Bancroft is known for is their country roads. They're dirt roads that crisscross throughout the forest. And right now I'm driving on a dirt road, a little bit bumpy here, but got a little lake beside me. And a dirt road through the forest, beautiful scenery, little houses here and there. but just a very peaceful place to come and enjoy the outdoors. The Canadian traveler in his natural element, behind the wheel. Beautiful sunny day today. It's 15 degrees Celsius. The snow is melting. Spring is in the air and summer's coming. Another highlight of Bancroft is the Eagle's Nest. So the Eagle's Nest is a big rocky cliff that can be seen most places around town. In the summertime, you can actually drive up to the top of the hill. There's a lookout way up there, and it's closed right now because there's too much snow on the road. And in the winter, there's ice behind me, and people will actually, ice climbers will actually climb the ice. You know, they've got the right tools. You can't just climb up with your hands, I suppose. You have special tools to get up there, but they'll climb up the ice. And it's just a big, nice rocky cliff.